Well, welcome back to the channel. Today what we're working on is I got a sprocket up on top of my baler here. Well, it's actually the pivot point for the tailgate on this Case IH 3650 round baler. But it hasn't taken grease since last year, so it seems like that pivot point underneath that sprocket is binding up. So, and plus I got some worn chains here, but I gotta just clean them because they're all covered in crap from last year because I don't wash it in the fall or anything like that. But I gotta pull all these here chains off and pull that sprocket off, and while I'm in there, I'll see if it needs a bearing, and yeah, I'll set you guys up, and I'm gonna get these chains peeled off of here, and I'll probably just put it on fast forward because don't want to waste a whole bunch of time. Just watch me take some chains off, but when I get to that point, getting back at that sprocket to pull that off and see what that bearing looks like while I'm at it. And I've never had the tailgate off on one of these, so that's kind of a learning thing for me, how to, whether I got to split the whole tailgate off to get that pivot point apart, or if I just get that sprocket and if I can pull that collar out and just jack it up a little bit. Because the other side takes grease fine, it just this side seems to be hanging up, so when I go to lift the tailgate, it seems to kind of twist off to one side, so I think it's kind of hanging up, probably full of crud and whatnot. But anyways, so I'm going to set you guys up, and I'll put it on a little fast forward there, and get these chains taken off and see what I can do with that sprocket. Hey, got that point done. I'll try to get the sprocket off of here. Yeah, just better. Oh, how about that? Well, that works. That makes my life easier. Just pull that sprocket off. Just got a spline shaft on there. I don't think it's keyed in any particular way. It doesn't appear to be. Just gonna set this thing off to the side here for now. Well, let's see. Yeah, I realize it's a little bit dark in here, I'm just in the Quonset right now because I don't have room in my shop. But, and of course the mosquitoes are eating me alive outside, so I figured just leave it in the Quonset here and work on it from here. It's a little bit poor lighting, but a little bit would help my floodlight there. Okay. I'm not sure how this thing is going to come apart. Doesn't appear that the bearing is bad, which that's good because it always sits in the Quonset here anyway. Just got to clean some of this oily mess and grease off of here. So, from what I can figure out, it's like this whole collar thing just comes off. Hopefully I don't have to lift the tailgate off to deal with it or jack it up. Ah. Guess we're going to have to clean all these bolts off before I put it back together. No. I guess I'll put my parts into this pail here. So I can find them later on. I thought these are little pry wedges, but apparently not. So now my question is, how do I get this thing off of here? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get myself a chisel. I shall be back in a bit. Okay, I gotta loosen off these tensioners on these rollers here, so just I gotta like put some straps up top there to kind of catch the roller in case it drops on me, because especially working inside here, I don't have no way of lifting it back up because it's a heavy roller. But so I figure I'll just take a couple straps, but Hopefully I don't have to pull the whole roller right out. So I just got to back off these idler rollers to release the tension on the belt, and then I'll tighten up my ratchet straps up top to hold that roller to keep it from dropping on me in case it jumps out on me, because then I'll have to pull it outside tomorrow or a day after, depending on the rain and whatnot. And hook a come along onto the loader or the tractor to hold it up or whatever. But as far as I can see, that the bearings seem to be okay. Like it rolls. As soon as I release the tension on this here a bit. Oh. Doesn't help when you're kind of on the short side. You need stepping stools for everything, but that's okay. I'm just going to go climb up there and pull the belts back. There we go. But while I'm up here, I'm going to see how the bearing spins right now. That one sounds okay, but I guess it doesn't sound too bad, so I'll leave it for now, but he's gonna. Oh, well. Well, apparently that bearing is sloppy. Ugh. I think before I tighten up these here belts, I'm gonna just grab my pry bar here, wherever I put it. Oh, it's way the heck down there. That's par for the course. Yeah, I just need my little pry bar when I see how much slop's in them bearings. Yep, that bearing is it's on its way out. This side is fine. Just gonna release the tension here. Yeah, a little slop in these bearings, but it's a little growly, so I'm guessing I better thinking about changing those too. Okay. I'm getting too old to play this monkey bar thing anymore, so, well, I want to see if that plate will come off, but yeah, I gotta go to town tomorrow. I guess I'll have to order some bearings for it, but I'll see what happens here, see if the plate comes off. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put this panel back on because it's attached with a cable that's crimped on. But I'm gonna see if I can't get this thing pry loose. Oh. Well, a little bit of success there. How about that? I thought I was going to fight with that for a day. At least this way, I can see if I'm going to have one bearing off. Okay. So that's where the grease fitting goes. Just on this, there's a hole right up here, a little pinhole that is supposed to grease that by the looks of it, but there's all kinds of hay and there's my roller. However, the tailgate settled down. I'm going to use a jack to push it back up. But yeah, it's sitting on the block right now, so it's not going to fall off. So yeah, so there's a little grease hole kind of right behind the shaft, right where my pry bar is pointing, and that will line up. I wonder if I could spin this thing around in a different position. Ugh. Well, that's probably what was making it growl, but if I can get a grease needle in here, in between, if I can pack some extra grease in there, otherwise it spins smooth. But at least it's not a particular kind of bearing, but still. Yeah, so there's a grease groove down inside here. Yep, that'll explain why it's not getting any grease, because it's all full of crap in here. So see, the other one takes grease, but I should maybe pull the other cover off too, because then you can probably, I don't know if you can see under the light here, but yeah, there's a groove down inside this flange, and this thing, it holds up the roller, and it also, the tailgate rides on this here lip here. So yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to clean up these here parts and scrape all this crap off and get some bearing numbers off of this and see if it maybe matches one of my other bearings that I got, because there just seems to be have just a collar on there, and if I already got one, well, I'll put some new ones on. Otherwise I'll have to, seems like a fairly standard bearing anyway, so that should work. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for tonight, and I'm going to just clean up some of these parts here, and I'll take this other chain off here, because I got to clean all this crap off it, because it doesn't have auto oilers, so you got to kind of keep feeding it some oil to it while I'm baling, and just keeps collecting all the dust and whatnot. So I just clean it off every year and before I get started. But yeah, I'm going to clean up some of these parts and see what happens, and I may take it out if it's not raining tomorrow, then I'll basically probably pull it outside. If I can change these bearings without having to drop that roller, that's just an added benefit. Okay, talk to you guys in a bit, or tomorrow, I guess. Well, guys, I'm back. I finally got some of my bearings in and just kind of still in the process of cleaning up these chains. I'm just soaking some diesel and cleaning up the sprockets and whatnot. But yeah, just getting things cleaned up here. So yeah, so I got the new bearings. They actually phoned me this morning, and I ordered them on Thursday, and today's Saturday, and I finally got the bearings in. So now I got the one for the one side, and then I got this here one that goes in for this side here. I just gotta get that bearing out of there and put in the new one here. And but yeah, otherwise I don't think you guys need to see me cleaning, just soaking chains and just cleaning all that crap off. And but other than that, I'll bring you guys back when I start putting the bearings in and go from there. Okay, we finally got the new bearing here, so we're just gonna put it in here real quick, and this shouldn't be too terribly bad. There we go. Just comes out just like that. Just gotta some kind of rounded in there. You slip it in the slot there, and just basically just drop it in the hole here, and that's basically all there's to it. Just kind of centered in there because it is kind of a pivot point in case there's any flux or whatnot. And that's it for that part. But however, when I tried the bearing on the shaft, make sure it was going to fit, the shaft has got some wear on it, and I thought about dimpling it up. And yeah, the shafts aren't exactly cheap, but it's wore off nice and smooth, so I figured out to kind of measure out some different little chunks of sheet metal. So just a piece of siding material, like from the metal cladding. So just happens that it fits. So I'm just going to make my little sleeve in there, so when I push it on, it'll take up that little tiny bit of a slop just to keep it from hammering it out. Other than that, yeah, I guess I'm going to head back out to the Quonset and put this part together. Because I checked out the other one, and yeah, the bearing's going to come off nice and easy, but all it was just a bunch of crap packed in this grease hole, which comes out here. But when you grease it, because this will be facing the other way against the baler, but when you grease it to the grease fitting, the grease comes in this side hole here, and then it comes out this little hole right in here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but then it just travels around this whole groove around here. It was just all caked up with crap from years of use. And yeah, this was an OEM bearing. It's actually not real crunchy. If I do need it, at least it came out easy. I'll just drill a little hole in the side here, take a grease needle and pack more grease in there. So for emergency, a used bearing that's usable is better than no bearing, I guess. Okay, gotta head out to the Quonset and take you with me. Okay, I got the sprocket set up here for the I think what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to probably put some grease around this edge here to start with, and kind of give it a little bit of a better shot of getting going here. That should do it. I just better take my bolts up there with me too. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I guess I'll figure this out in a second here. Oh. Well, I guess I can just carefully set them up there. So yeah, so now with this, I put that sleeve in there, but I gotta line up my little grease hole, which is right there, and it's gotta go in that spot right there. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta let it down a little bit. I got a little spare tire jack from my truck underneath the tailgate so I can actually see if I can't get at it. Let's see, where's my holes? Well, I guess I'll get a couple of bolts started in here, I guess. Well, okay. That's a little bit of a pain. This is actually going easier together than I was expecting anyway, but yeah, I didn't exactly want to take the whole tailgate right off of here because that would have been a royal pain. So I guess since the needed varies, if you just do one at a time, and like I said, I had to put a little sleeve on there because it was a little sloppy. It doesn't spin that terribly fast, so. No. I guess we'll just try to spin it in here. Well, that works. Have to get that one corner in, now the rest is spinning nicely. Okay, so that did that. So I'm just going to grab the sprocket and throw it on there. I'm going to put a little bit of WD-40 on here. Just, I know it came off pretty easy before, but usually with my luck, it don't come off so good the next time. Okay, so that's that for that. Guess I don't need my can here anymore, so I'll just toss that down. However, I am going to put a little thread locker, some blue thread locker on this bolt here. Because I've had issues with, especially with the thing wiggling. I just as soon not have it back out and have the sprocket fall off, since it's not exactly 100% tight fit anymore. Now, let's see if I can jam this up on here in something. Might be that way. Well then. This isn't working so well for me. someplace to get this thing locked in here. Well, we'll just stick it against here, I guess. I just don't want to fall off the tire. That wouldn't exactly be very good, so better hang on. There, she's on there. I guess I can take off the little strap now. And so this side is now done. So yeah, I just that wasn't as bad as I expected anyway, so now to see if it's going to take grease for me. So I'm going to throw this belt over on the other side because I'm going to need it on the other side anyway. And see if it's should take grease now when it's all cleaned up in there. Oh yeah, she's all good now. Yep, the grease is all coming out the sides there, that's good. Alrighty, well, I guess I'll set you guys up on the other side and I'll take the other side apart and then I'll go change the bearing on that. But you don't need to watch, I'm just moving everything over. Okay, well, I'm up inside here, so I guess I'll see if I can't pull this here thing off of here now. Oh, I guess I need to get rid of this extension. I just didn't want to pull this other door off right now, it's just kind of a bit of a pain. Well, you see how this thing comes off now. Ugh. I already kind of broke it loose a little bit, but I did put my little jack underneath the tailgate, so hopefully it shouldn't drop like the other one did on me. yay. Well. Yeah, so this thing is basically the same as the other one, except it's got a little hex inside this bearing, but the same thing, little grease hole on the top, and this stuff is all clogged up. So this here bearing's yep, this is the crunchy one. It wasn't, the other one wasn't so bad. This is the nasty one. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So yeah, I'll get some of the stuff quickly cleaned off here, and I'll blow it all out and clean all the things up off camera here. Catch my little bolt can. But yeah, so yeah, it's not a mouse net because yeah, that should be easy enough. So I just have to clean out this grease hole up here. I'll kind of blow this here off and like wipe it down. I'll do that off camera, but I'll take you guys back to the shop there and we'll get this other bearing put in. Actually, it'll take me longer just to clean it up than it'll actually take to put the bearing in. I'll clean these bolts up too. Okay, catch you guys in a bit here. Okay, we got it somewhat cleaned up, and I'm just gonna pound this bearing out of here. Oh, that's a little safer. Oh yeah, sure. There we go. But yeah, it's a little, I don't know if you guys can hear that. That was the culprit. But yeah, so at least we got the new one anyway, so we'll just, yep, looks like exactly the same thing. Just got these square hexes on here. Yeah, just gonna kind of clean this here up a little bit. Just gonna blast it off some brake clean. I guess I should maybe throw just a little smidge of grease on here. Let's see, where's my grease guns? maybe next time it's not going to be so hard to get out. Hopefully there is no next time. Hopefully these new bearings last as long as the original ones, considering this is a 1990 model, so it's got a lot of bales through it. Okay, I want the part number facing out so I can read it. That way I don't have to go to the dealer. Maybe I can get some aftermarket or some different bearing shop. Okay, so just drop her in. And just I just didn't want to hit on the edge of the bearing because this other bearing this one actually wasn't bad. The other one I tore a little chunk off it, but yeah, otherwise she is ready to go back on the baler. I'm just gonna make sure it's somewhat straight on there. Let's tap it over. It'll self-center. That's the whole purpose of this whole pivot thing, the way it just roll the bearings in, because they're kind of rounded on the edges here. They're kind of, so that we can just drop them in and roll them like for your typical pillow block bearings and whatnot. Yeah, okay, take it back to the Qantas and go put this thing on, and after that, that should be probably almost it. Okay, let's see, where does my grease hole here? I guess I should have marked it with a Sharpie or something. But it's right there, so, okay, so that goes up. Can't see my holes in here. Okay. Well, I guess that's in there, so. Well, it's definitely going a whole lot faster than what I expected. I thought this was going to be a real pain in the butt like my other Baler, the hardcore. That one, I fought with that thing for weeks a couple years ago, and to replace a bunch of bearings, I used the crane and whatnot to hold the roller, the tension off the rollers. But yeah, this is surprisingly was relatively easy. At least it gets out as your hex bearing. I don't have to worry about any excess slop in it because it's pretty tight. Yeah, she's all back together, aside from the chains. I'm still soaking them in diesel there. Gotta finish. I want to soak them down with some oil yet and let them drip. So I got a few days yet to deal with that. So I wasn't in a real panic about that part. I just want to get this part back together. But yeah, let's see if she takes grease. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take my jack out from underneath because I got a big wad of grease in here that I don't need. See if it'll take it to the other side. Here, try that out, see if it'll get some of that grease over to the far side of this collar instead of just sitting right on the edge here. Now I put some weight onto it, it'll probably scooch around that groove. Ah yeah, there she goes. Just coming around. Get rid of some of this excess grease around the fitting so it doesn't collect all the crap in there when I go to grease it. But yeah, otherwise, it'd be pretty much all done. Okay, so yeah, so that finishes up that side there. So I get our bearings in place, so we're all good that way. So like, I don't think you guys need to deal or watch me put the chains back on because well, that's pretty. That only takes like about 10-15 minutes. I want to clean up the crap off these sprockets. Just kind of scrape them down a little bit and scrape off some of the excess and clean off my tensioners up down here because they're all full of crap and whatnot. But anyways, I guess we'll just leave you at this, and we're gonna call her quits on that. We'll just end the video here. I don't think you guys need to see me put the chains back on. That's a pretty simple project there. So, okay, well, thanks for watching, and if you like what you're seeing, hit that like and subscribe, and hopefully I can try to put out more videos, but just been kind of on the busy side, and so I'm just trying to get them as I'm doing it, so I don't plan for any of this stuff. So anyways, we'll catch you guys on the next one.